Hello, hello, and welcome to Spa in Belgium. It's me, Martin, and today I'm joined by no one. It's just me and you guys as we go around the legendary and historic track. We can expect to see chaos from the start to the finish. This is the race winner of Tier 3, Luke Martin. Correct. But now we focus solely on the Tier 1 guys. Our current championship leader Ballas isn't here today, so it's time for the runners behind in Fox Johnson and Housley to make some inroads into that points gap and possibly still look to challenge for the title. We have 16 drivers on the grid today, and we have a couple of penalties to serve after the qualifying is done. So it's still all to play for the guys today. Expect heavy overtakings after El Rouge on that long straight, and then possibly see some moves going into bus stop as well. They're the two big overtaking points on this track. There could be a few other slippery and slidey moves, maybe through No Name. But here we go, we're about to get ready. Who will be the first car on the track? I better get a beer ready too. Mother fudger. So we see a Haas on the track. Is going to be leading us out. It's going to be Kizyl reserving. Hello there, Elson. Welcome. We have a nice dry Spa for qualifying. This track can get wet very quickly if you're not expecting it. We saw a heartbreak for Hamady here a while ago. Hamady not racing today. Probably with PTSD from last time he was here, when it rained and he stayed out on the dries and basically threw away his championship right there and then. I'm talking season 3 for any of you guys who can remember. It's a nice long track, so there's plenty of room for all the cars to be out here today. Hopefully they don't run into each other and can just let each other set some banging laps. P1 and 2 for Williams today. We know that Chappers is rapid in Tier 1 in 2. Can he keep it up in Tier 1? And Piper is making the turn after a bit of an absence. Is there any admins here who can do the poll? Will Mangano score points is what they're asking. It is me, Luke Williams hater Martin on the commentary. As a hydrate has been redeemed, mother. But anyway, here comes Kizyl to start the first lap around Spa. As he takes the first corner, the sharp right-hander. We might see a few moves sneak in here and there. But Kizyl now coming through the legendary El Rouge. Will he be flat out? Will he lift? It sounds flat out to me. Goes through that sector nicely. The DRS flap will open now as it's the run down into the first of the big overtaking opportunity moments. And of course he's gone purple because he's the first car on the track. Let's see if he can keep it together. Really pushing that car as here he comes now through the long swooping right hand, and then he's kind of coming through to No Name. And then after No Name, this a common place to invalidate your lap is going to be the double left hand of the corner. I can't remember. Spa, very twisty, turny track. Let's see if he's able to do it. Game sound is too loud. Okay. I've turned the game sound down a little bit, but here he comes now as he comes through the right-hander. Right on the edge there. And now it's the long, flat-out section as you come towards bus stop. A couple of corners here, but flat-out Puon is what I'm being told. Now it's bus stop for Kizyul. And he goes straight on! But Kizyul completely misses his stop. And he won't be happy with that. It'll be Rasmussen now. Making a major error there. Been in his first lap. So Rasmussen goes P1 with a 1:45. But Fox Johnson beats it by 3 seconds. And then Peters is not far off the pace of Fox Johnson there. Only 2 tenths. Next it's going to be Hawkins going P2. Just beating Peter out there. And then it looks like Britton and Ule invalidated. Then it's going to be a Red Bull of not Byron, McKeever. McKeever across the line in a 150. Must have been another invalidation. Who is next? It's going to be Caspers. Caspers goes P4. Then it's going to be Housley, who's still in the hunt for the championship himself. P5 for Housley. Next is going to be Byron, who's invalidated. It's going to be Britton coming into the pits. So it's going to be the... Oh, giving him a toe. What teamwork. Chap is giving Piper a fat toe down into this last section. Expect to see rapid time here from Piper. He swings it around that last left-hander. There's going to be a drive towards the line. A 1:43.0. Only good enough for P5 as Chappers comes into the pits. Next is going to be Ule. Yes, Ule is next on lap. But it's already a minute. I don't know how long left he has. No, Ule not on lap. So after the first round of that laps, as we see a stricken Haas missing an end plate there, that's going to be costly. Awful luck there for that Haas driver. We also saw a yellow flag out for Fox Johnson. I was wondering if maybe he picked up some wing damage there. But no doing. As I think Nick Mangano is on a lap, possibly. It's hard to work out now who is on a lap and who is not. But we will do our best for you guys. My mum. Yes, my mum. Byron is invalidated again. He must... I would gather he's invalidating on no-name exit. That is the most common place to invalidate. Here we have Nick Mangano. Driving through now. Through up to the bus stop. Gonna look to be gaining as much time as possible. Cars around him moving out of his way. He's gonna... I'm gonna get debated. I can sense it. No! He's on a lap! What time can Nick set? It's only good enough for P9 for Nick Mangano. And Anthony has just started his lap, so he's the next car in the AlphaTauri. His teammate not turning up again. Anthony, the solo Tauri. Let's see if he can put in an Alpha performance today. As he's through El Rouge now, on that DRS straight, through to the right-hander. And he's invalidated on the second part of that, so that's a nightmare for him. And Kizzy will be looking to set a better lap this time. Hopefully no messing up that last few corners. A lot of time can be gained or lost here. As he goes through Puyon now. No issue there. Looking for a solid sector 2. Let's see what he can do. Now on to sector 3. Long swooping left-handers. Ratcliffe is watching. Now bus stop. Can Kizyul now bus stop this time? Much better on there. Get on the power and drive towards the line. Kizyul is going to set a 144. Goes P8. Outdoes his teammate Rasmussen. Yeah, that's a good point. Their reserve has not turned up. Peters now is on lap. Or no, he's starting a lap. So Peters will be starting his second lap. Track Evolution will hopefully help him pull him up. And he might be able to find a few temps here and there to catch Alex Fox-Johnson. Meanwhile, I think Chappers further back is on a lap. And that he is, but it's going to be Britain who's going to be first across the line of the people now on lap. Let's see what Britain can set. It's going to be very important. It's very close towards the mid to back side of it. Britain good enough for P10 with a 2 place though lingering over his head. Next will be Chappers or Housley actually. On an out lap. I stand corrected. It's Chappers who is looking to finish off strong here. And Chappers finishing, puts it P6 right behind his teammate there. And then McKeever is further back, so it's not McKeever on lap. I believe the one to watch right now might be the Alpine of Peters. Where will Peters put it? It's going to be very important. And he runs very wide there. Managed to not invalidate though. But that may be detrimental to his time. He's going to get a very nice tow from the car ahead. I think that is McKeever ahead of him. Going to be giving him a stupendous tow around this part of the track. Or not, because Peters is well off his lap time, actually. I stand corrected. So next is going to be Caspers, who's invalidated. So it might be Ule, who's actually just finished lap, good enough for P9. Byland is on a lap. Where will Byland put it? As there's a lot of traffic further back. Hey, yo, that's... Chat is a madness right now. Chat is limbs. Byron, though, looking to put his name on the board here. Could be... I'm looking... He's probably going to be around 9th, 10th place, I reckon. 9th place for Byron. Right on the money. Next up is going to be... Housley's put it P2, actually, with a stonking lap. Fox-Johnson's invalidated, so Hawkins now will be looking to greatly improve. Chat should probably be modded. I'm looking at the mods. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. But here we go. Hawkins has crossed the start-finish line. Maybe an improvement here. Hawkins goes P2, so Fox-Johnson still currently holding P1. And next on a lap is McKeever, who's improving actually by a couple of tenths. Where will McKeever put this though? It's probably good enough currently to go P7. And McKeever does go P7 with that lap time. Bumping Chappers down a spot. Piper's in the garage. Housley's on an in-lap. Hawkins is on an in-lap. Fox-Johnson's on an in-lap. Anthony, who still set a lap time, is looking to finally put his name up on the board here. With the grid penalties that are there, this is going to be very important that he wants to get ahead of them if possible. As he's coming through the final few corners now. Will Anthony, keep it clean through the final 2 corners. No, he's into the pits. I'm lost for words, but Nick Mangano, on the other hand, is on a lap. And he's going to be crossing the start-finish line now. And it's good enough for P10 for Nick Mangano. Kizzy was the next, but he's invalidated this. So we won't be doing anything improvements from him. McKeever, though, is down on an in-lap. So it's Britain on an out-lap. It's Hawkins. Hawkins is coming into the pits as we speak. I think we're going to get a little lull in the action here. Your current P1 runner, Fox Johnson, Hawkins P2 and Housley P3. Housley and Fox Johnson in a big contentious fight here for the drivers. This is huge time for them to gain points up onto Balaj. So let's see what they're able to do. Alex went out on mediums for a run. Okay, good to know. Good to know. He invalidated it anyway. So we're going to follow, I think it's Ule who is... No, Britain is on a lap. Or he's the first one on an out lap. Let's not do that joke in here, Sanjay. Let's not do that here. So we Britain now looking to improve on his currently P15. What can Britain do? This is probably his last chance at a lap, knowing how long Spa is. Has he got the pace to displace those around him? Thank you very much for the gifted sub there, Skalski. Thank you very much. As here we have Britain now coming through the long right-hander, and it's going to be No Name. Molo didn't turn up either, actually. I'm surprised at that one. Molo wasn't even online. But here we have Britain coming through Sector 2 now. Absolute beautiful man. I've seen Skowski when he turned his camera on to do a shoey. Looks like a Viking. But here we have now Britain coming through the final few corners. He's going to be coming up to bus stop. Want to brake as late as possible to carry as much speed as you can in. Swing it around, then a left-hander. Britain now drives towards the line. This is his last lap of the session. What is he going to be able to set? He improves and puts it P12. This is very important. And now there's going to be a stream of cars coming through. The next is going to be Rasmussen, who's starting a lap. Anthony really needs to set his lap as well. Woodenberg further behind. I think he's on a lap, but isn't improving much. But it's going to be... How's he starting a lap? Peters is starting a lap. There's a big train of cars here who have just started a lap. I think Britain did the right thing of doing his lap a bit earlier here. Because he's managed to avoid the traffic and he had nice clean air for it. Although missing a little bit of track evolution. And he's going to give someone a very nice toe there for a second. As now it's going to be... a stream of cars flying past Britain there. It's just trying to work out who's next on lap. And I think it's Ule. Ule now into the pit, so won't be improving. P11 for Ule. Oh, Rasmussen's in the gravel. Rasmussen is in the dirt. Rasmussen is in the mud. And Woodenberg spins. Woodenberg spins it. We literally switched perfectly to watch Woodenberg spin. Anthony puts it P8. Next is going to be... not Casper, it's going to be Fox Johnson, who's invalidated. So Fox Johnson will not improve. He's currently P1, but there's time for someone to definitely leapfrog him. As it's now going to be Chappers next to come across the line. Chappers, I don't think, is improving here. But Chappers actually does improve. I eat my words, and he goes P6. Now it's going to be Caspers. Caspers, who according to this is 4 tenths up. Caspers goes P1 by 2 tenths. Hawkins is into the pits. Housley now also going to be crossing the line, and so is Peters ahead. Peters puts it P2. Housley puts it P3. Track Evolution at play. What is Piper going to put in? Piper now bending the final corner. And Piper goes P3, knocking Housley down to P4. Next is going to be McKeever, I think. Because Kizu isn't setting the time. We saw Rasmussen in the mud. McKeever, one last corner to go, comes into the pits. I have been denied. So it's just going to be Nick Mangano, who's well off the pace. And Woodenberg, who had a little spin. We was watching Rasmussen. And then suddenly, an Alfa Romeo from nowhere spins it. Manages to keep it out of the wall though. But there we have Casper's P1 in the Merc. Peters P2 in the Alpine. P3 for Piper. P4 for Housley. Fox Johnson P5. Gonna really regret. I'm gonna have a drink of water. Fox Johnson invalidating that last time. Really listening out and setting a lap. Is going to cost him dearly. As we will now have a lobby restart. So here you have first through to 16th. Rasmussen bringing up the rear here. Britain with a 2 place will go down to P15. And Byron with a 5 place will go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go P13, 14? If my maths are correct. Ow, fuck. I just elbowed my desk. I'm throwing elbows. As I've been atted in public. It was Cryy Boy Fox Johnson. I'm gonna reply with a yes. As we're gonna get ready, I'm gonna set this grid up. I would gather he invalidated the medium one as well, so man can't keep it between the white lines, can he? Wash Johnson living up to the name. But the top 10 were mightily close. The top 10 all within a second of one another. There was definitely room to play with. As I'm going to give you guys some music while I set this all up. I did hydrate for that one, but if you don't believe me, I'll do it again. Also, we're missing one driver, and I'm trying to work out who we're missing. And Housley needs to pick a car. Housley, pick a car. There is always one that makes us wait. And today it is Byland, making us wait. But we're now about to go racing. Spa. known for legendary overtakes and moments like Mika Hakkinen and Michael Schumacher going 3 wide with a back marker, and Mika Hakkinen doing the double overtake. What sort of moments will we see today? Can we expect the same, or will we see even better? Who knows? I better open up another bottle of water too. Any prediction for who's going to get P1 in this race today? Any predictions in the chat? No? Piper P1, Chappers P2. Confidence there. Rolf reckons Max has got it in the bag as we're doing the formation lap now. Let's see what can happen here. Wait. Wait, what? Are they just... What the fuck? What? Did they just start racing? No. Oh my god, I had a heart attack. I thought they all just were racing off. We are on a formation lap. I just thought everyone was racing. But they just blitzed that first bit. Oh my, they... Oh. Give me a minute, I'm having a heart attack. So we're getting a lot of either Piper or Mark double podiums. Max is a big fan here of the chat to win as well. Ooh. Let's see what tyres though people have chose. I'm expecting a lot of hards. Casper's on medium and Fox on mediums. Makiba mediums, Woodenberg medium, and Britain Raz medium. The rest hard. I wonder why. If you're an engineer or a driver, do not spoil what the weather is for the chat, okay? Let us witness it as it happens. We're not going to talk about tier 3 here, but all we know is I went from last to first. I did a Sergio Perez. But here they go. They're going to line up now. Kosev reckons that Ferrari 1-2. Peter's missing his box, so that's going to be critical. Nick 2 missing his. But we're about to get ready to go racing. The last car lines up on the back. The 5 lights are on. And away we go, but Nick Mangano jumps the start. That's going to be detrimental for his race, a drive-through. As here we go, further back, Casper still leads. Peters loses a place to Piper. Fox Johnson also gets past Peters. And Housley. Peter has had an absolute nightmare start. So it'll be Casper's who's leading by almost a second already. Piper P2, Fox Johnson P3, Housley P4, and Peter's P5. A nightmare start for Peter as he now has Hawkins all over the side. Hawkins looks to make a move up the inside. And Hawkins will now have to leave enough space. It's side-by-side stuff for the pair, but Hawkins has the inside for the next corner. And Hawkins makes the move stick as well, and it'll be Chappers next. Peter's had a nightmare start. Further back, we have Byron who's having a bit of a nightmare. But here we have Caspers still leading with Piper. Caspers has already pulled out a second to the rest of the pack. Piper having to defend Fox Johnson behind, and Housley just behind, sniffing a rears. Further back as well, Chappers is eyeing up Peters. Peters has really had an awful start, struggling on them tyres after missing his box. At the moment, the closest battle, McKeever's actually looking all over the back of Ule here. What can Ule do? Can Ule defend? McKeever coming through here as Nick Mangano will have to serve that as Foxtrot. Piper's had a moment. Piper's lost 2 places. Was there contact? I do not know. But it's now a Merc 1-2. Housley 3rd and Piper P4. Hawkins P5 right behind Piper. Piper Red X as Piper gets a little bit drifty there as well. Piper getting a bit drifty through the bus stop there. So it's going to be Caspers who's almost got a second and a half over his teammate Fox Johnson. With Housley he's over a second behind that now. And then it's going to be Piper behind Housley with Hawkins closely behind. Anthony is now up into P8. He's looking down on Chappers and looking at him like he's a snack. And Anthony gets a better drive through our Rouge and we're looking to make a move up the inside of Chappers. I would like to point out the Mercs are on the mediums as Anthony now goes up to P7 ahead of Chappers. But Chappers isn't giving up on this. Will look to go around the outside. And now he has the inside for the next corner. He takes it back like a trailer park girl. Chappers goes around the outside of turn 6. Has the inside for turn 7. Chappers called him trailer park girl Chappers because he held it around the outside. As meanwhile the 2 Mercs are starting to pull away from the rest of the pack here. It's going to be Housley who's leading this hard train. Piper P4, Hawkins looking racy behind Piper in P5. Let's have a look at the tyres again. As the position changes here, the big gainer, Fox Johnson. The big loser, Peter losing 4. Kizzy as well losing another 4. Rasmussen up 3, further back in P13. And what are the tyres as well? The tyres, the front 2 on the mediums. Then it's hards all the way down to P10 from McKeever. P11 on Nick Mangano, who still has to serve his drive-through. And then 13th, 12th, 13th, 14th on medium. Kizzle not having a good one there. As Woodenberg done, Nick Mangano coming in to serve his drive-through now. And DRS will now be active. And we know where we can expect to see some moments. As the front 2 don't have DRS on each other, but Housley also not having DRS on the front 2 Mercs. So we're going to watch Housley here as he's now going to have to defend a Piper with a Hawkins behind him. We get a lovely back shot of Housley here. There's no doing, but Chappers and Anthony are still battling it out. Chappers, who didn't have DRS to defend this, will now cede the position to Anthony. They've dropped outside of a second on Peter in front. We've got a bit of a British train forming in Housley. Housley will be hoping to drop Piper off the back here. If he's able to do so, this will be monumental for his drive. But it's going to be Caspers still leading Fox Johnson. The pair about a second and a half. And then it's going to be Housley who's 2 seconds behind. He's got a little bit of a train forming as Anthony and Chappers have now caught up to the back of this train. Housley is the conductor. Ule a second and a half behind Chappers. Battling out in tier 2 as well on Sunday hopefully. As Byron picks up the first 3-second penalty. You've got to be careful of track limits here. This is going to be a very demanding track to make sure you don't. As Fox Johnson now sets the fastest lap, gaining on Caspers, but Housley, well, actually, it's going to be Hawkins and Chappers. Not Piper and Chappers. Sorry, getting the Williams mixed up here. Hawkins looking to maybe make a move on Piper. Gets a bit of a snap, though, on the exit of turn 1. As Britton and Kizil further back are battling it out for P13 and P14. Britton retakes that position from Kizil. Britton on the mediums, Kizil on the hards. As here we have the DRS activating for these cars. They're closing up onto the back of Housley, but no one close enough to make a move. 4G is looking very good here today. He's kept all 4 wheels connected to the ground. And hopefully he can do this for all 22 laps. It'll be really good. He'll score some solid points here today. He's definitely got the pace to do so. The front 2 dropping off the rest of the pack as Britton and Kizil are battling side by side still as we come through No Name. Side by side again. Kizil having to run wide. Britton gets a snap. And now they're still side by side coming through Pouillon. Absolute maniacs. Wheel to wheel stuff from these boys here. Please don't touch. And Britton holds his cool and holds on to P13. But the pair of them battling it out are losing touch with the back of Rasmussen. And Kizil gets a big moment on exit. So back to the front, it's going to be Caspers, who's being caught up by Fox Johnson a little now. Housley dropping off the back of this pair. And Housley has a bit of a chain forming. Chappers has dropped off the back. Maybe he's had a moment. Thank you very much for the follow there, Musti Evans. But it's Housley with Piper behind and Hawkins behind that. Piper looks like he's in danger from Hawkins. Hawkins seems to really have some speed here. How long before the mediums, though, go off and the hards are the favourable tyre? As here we go, Piper goes to the outside. Hawkins going to get a bit of a tow from Housley here. They're going to be side by side coming into turn 6. And Hawkins makes the move on the entrance. What a clean move from 4G that was. 4G up into P4. We're looking to catch up to Max now. That was quite a move that we saw there. As meanwhile, is there any squabbling? McKeever is looking very close to the back of Ule here, but there's no there's contact! McKeever makes contact with Ule, and that's a nightmare moment for McKeever. And Ule will lose a couple of positions, and McKeever will be dreading the penalty coming his way. As meanwhile, let's have a look at that move again by Hawkins. Send it up the inside of ball sacks. As we go back to the racing. And it's Housley with the train behind him. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 car train. As the Mercs are keeping just about a second in touch with one another. Housley dropping off the back a little bit still. Is the medium tyre gamble gonna pay off? We shall see. But it's going to be Housley having to defend Hawkins. Hawkins looking very fast compared to the cars around him. Remember, the Mercs are on mediums. These guys behind are on hards. But Hawkins gets a big drive for El Rouge, looking to make the move already. And Hawkins with a monster move on Housley, and he gets the DRS to boot. But Hawkins' rear is flashing. He's flashing his rear light to the boys behind. But Hawkins makes the move up into P3. Housley drops down to P4. But Housley won't give up. He'll be looking to be back on the offensive. So it's now going to be Hawkins, I think is British, if I am correct. So it's going to be Caspers, who is leading his teammate Fox Johnson in P2, Hawkins P3, Housley P4, Piper P5, Peters P6, Anthony P7. Then it's a 4.5 second gap down to P8 and Chappers. P9 is McKeever. who's dropped off the back a little, and he's probably got a penalty looming over his head for tapping the back of Ule. P10 Woodenberg, P11 Rasmussen, Ule P12, Britain P13, Kizil P14, who's can't keep up with the medium runner of Britain. P15's Nick Mangano, who has served his drive-through, and then Boyland, who's dropped off the back of everyone in P16 with a 3-second penalty. We're going to switch back to the action though, because it's going to be Hawkins who's going to have to defend these boys behind. Hawkins sets the fastest lap of the race, making inroads on the Mercs in front. Hawkins has actually dropped Housley off. Hawkins has already dropped Housley by over a second. So Housley will be once again defending Piper and Peter. Sorry, my voice, I'm starting to lose it a little bit. Anyway, back to the action. It's going to be Housley who's going to have to defend Pipers and Peter. The P&P boys behind Housley. As we have a yellow flag. And it's Wash Johnson. Wash Johnson has binned it. Alex Washed Johnson goes from P2 to P8. And it's going to be worse for him because he's going to drop even further down the order. P10 for Wash Johnson. So now Caspers has got to try and gap Hawkins. And Fox Johnson's out. Fox Johnson has binned it. In No Name. Fox Johnson has binned it in No Name. This was his chance to catch up to that back of Balaj in the points. And he's put it into the wall in No Name, and we have a safety car. Alex Elmans. No, that's not a retirement, I don't think. Is it? If that's a rage quit, I will be shocked and surprised. He hit the wall and his wheel's gone pop. And Caspers comes into the pits. There's a lot of pits cut stops going on. Hawkins into the pits for... I do not know. What has Hawkins come in for? Hawkins onto mediums. Sheesh! 10-0 in foot champs. Let's go! It's very early to pit onto the mediums, is it not? There's a lot of pit stops happening. Fox Johnson having an absolute nightmare. So Housley will be your new race leader. Caspers P2 pits for the hards. Hawkins in P3 pits for the mediums. P4 Piper. P5 Peter. P6 Ule. P7 Anthony. Chappers in P8. P9 McKeever. Ule's in P6. Sheesh. P10 for Woodenberg. Rasmussen P11. Britain P12. Kizil P13. Nick Mangano 14th. Byron 15th. And Fox Johnson is your first DNF of the night. That is very good maths. Very, very good maths there from Sanjay. Kevin Balaz is a sprint race away to ensuring Fox Johnson doesn't retain his driver's championship. But don't write out the man currently in first place. Housley is P2 in the drivers. You're all thinking about Fox Johnson, but Housley is currently P2 in the drivers. And Housley pits now. If Housley can Housley's gonna come out in P14. So it'll be now Casper's regains the lead of the race on the safety car. Hawkins P2. They've got over half the race to do on these mediums. Is this doable? I do not know. Can the hards do it? Possibly. Ooh, pardon me. Woo. Let's have a look what our replay is. It is going to be Hawkins get a monster drive on Housley here. And just, even before the DRS straight was beginning, just bush, done. As we return back to the start of this race. So the safety car is in now as we see it. Lights are off. Casper's now will be the head of this queue. When will he choose to go? Surely it's on the exit of bus stop. While everyone else is stacked up behind you, you just gun it. You just go... Oh. As here he is. Getting his wiggle on. I forget there's only 3 races of the season left. With this being round 9. But Casper's now comes through bus stop and starts us off. And he has gone now. Casper's goes. And he's going to be having to defend the medium runners behind him. Hawkins, Piper and Peter all on the mediums. The back 2 on fresher mediums here as well. So expect to see Housley on a charge through the field. But here we have Casper's leading Hawkins. The gap is coming down. As Ule has already dropped off the back of this front few. But Hawkins looking to make the move around the outside here. Not able to do it this time. But he's now got to think about... Oh, Peters picked up a 3 second for track warnings. That is detrimental. And yes, that incident with Dirk is looking mega for Fox Johnson. As Anthony now has dispatched Ule. And Ule... Oh, Hawkins picks up 3 seconds as well. Ule on the hards here. Old hards is falling down the order, defending Chappers, but no, with no avail. He's now going to be gobbled up, possibly by Woodenberg and McKeever. McKeever goes around the inside, possibly it's side by side here. McKeever around the outside of the second part, and he's through, and Woodenberg will be next. As Fox Johnson is done. He had no grip. He didn't have the gorilla grip. As here we have Casper's leading this front 4. Casper's now is going to be leading, but Hawkins is looking very, very fast on their mediums. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 3. It's for Woodenberg. Looks like he's gone straight on in the first part of bus stop. But it's going to be Casper's having to defend Hawkins here as they come through El Rouge. Hawkins all over the rear of Casper's. These mediums runners are going to have much better grip coming through these corners, carrying much more speed, and I think Hawkins might have Casper's as Hawkins takes the lead of the Spa GP. And meanwhile, Byland is on a charge, gets past Britton. Housley, looking to eye up the pair of them, is up into P11 already. But Hawkins lead to Casper's, and it's going to be Piper in P3. Hawkins will hope Casper's can hold up to the other two medium runners here. But will Casper's hold on to the back of Hawkins, possibly? It's all to play for, but here we ride with Housley, who's all over the back of Britton. He looks to have absolute monster traction through these corners. Will 4G turn into 3G? Who knows? But Housley is all over the back of Britton here. He's got a lot of pace. Let's see if he can put it to use. The weather has gotten a little overcast as Housley goes around the outside of Britton and makes the move stick. The cojones for that as Hawkins sets the fastest lap once again. And Housley up into P10 here. The weather is looking a little overcast. Who's going to bid it first, Chappers or Hawkins? Your guess is as good as mine. But Hawkins here, not getting a second gap over Casper's. This is going to be huge as Housley's on a charge. Housley now up into P9. And next on his list will be Rasmussen. But back to the front as Hawkins is leading us out with Piper in P3, Peters a P4, Anthony P5, who's dropped off the back of this front four quadruple, whatever you want to call it. Whew, words. Hawkins leading this train of four cars. Casper's P2, Piper P3, Peter P4. But we're going to go back to Housley because he's on a charge, catching up to the back of Rasmussen already. He's going to want to maximise as many points as he can. And he's catching at quite the alarming rate. Actually, Piper's dropped a little bit off the back of Casper's here. He hopefully will make the time back up for himself. But he's looking more defensive to Peter than he is attacking to Casper's. And Hawkins is ready, has gained the second now on Casper's. So it's going to be Casper's now who's going to have to defend with no DRS to help. But Piper is also outside of a second. Did he get DRS? He does get DRS. It's very important. And Casper's does also just about get DRS. Hawkins' light is flashing. Casper's isn't. The medium runners are pushing very hard here. And Casper's on the hard is managing to keep up with pace as Housley has now done Rasmussen, and Chappers picks up a 3-second penalty for multiple track warnings. Housley up into P8 will now be hunting down McKeever for P7. This is very important for the points. Housley needs to score as many points as possible. Well, there's so many of the letter P in the sentences that I'm saying. Piper, Peters, you're causing me absolute tongue twisters. Nick currently in P11, just outside of the points, as Byland now has got past Rasmussen. There's contact! Oh no! And Rasmussen's out! And Nick Mangello, that's a huge moment! That's a huge moment! Just as chat says, come on, Nick. We have a huge moment. And we have another safety car. Oh my. Let's have a look at it. They're side by side. Rasmussen gets very loose. And the pair of them just career into the wall. What an absolute monster crash. Let's look at that one more time. Bosh. Into the wall. No points back for you. As now it's going to be Hawkins under safety car. Hawkins doesn't pit. Kaspers doesn't pit. McKeever doesn't pit. But Kizyul doesn't pit. Will Kizyul get ahead? No. Peters stays ahead of Kizyul. And Peters has done Piper in the pits. They squabbled through Puron. Oh, what a crash. Let's actually... Very true, Piper, good position, fresh mediums. But will they last? It's going to be another 8 laps around this track. And he's got Kizyul on not fresh mediums in between him and Peter. Peter also... Wunenberg on softs. Wunenberg has gone soft. Let's quickly... Ule has managed to pick up 3 seconds. So let's watch that instant once again. Bosh, into the wall they both go. Big moment. Big moment. The clouds do look overcast here. As we're going to have one more lap on the safety car. So while we watch these guys go around the track, I'm going to take a quick toilet break. I'm in desperate need. I have returned, ladies and gentlemen. The clouds are clearing up and the sun is back out in Spa. So it'll be Hawkins leading us out on these 7-lap-old mediums. When will they start to fade? Woodenberg took a gamble and it looks like it hasn't paid off. Because Spa are going to eat them tyres up. Hawkins now is going to be leading us off on this safety car restart. 13 drivers remain after losing Nick Mangano and Rasmussen to a big incident, and then Fox Johnson to no name. Sheesh! And Hawkins goes, but he doesn't get a monster start that we'd expect. And there's big movement further back as Peters on the fresh mediums has gapped Kiziel. But Piper, and there's movement, and Hawkins has spun it! And Kiziel's out! Oh my! What has happened here? Hawkins P12, Peters P11, Casper's P10. What just happened? And Williams are 1-2. Kiziel's out. McKeever's in P3. Housley on P4. Anthony P5. Byland P6. Woodenberg up into P7. Britton P8. Ule P9. Peters, Caspers and Hawkins. The guys who are 1, 2 and 3 are now 10, 11, 12. And Anthony and... There's big movements going around all over the place. Anthony's going to have to defend Housley here, but Piper and Chappers are running away. Both on fresh mediums as well. It's looking like a Williams 1-2. This is insanity. Did anyone get damaged further back? Peters is all over the back of the double out Aston Martin boys. And as the Aston Martins are squabbling, Peters will look to gain on that. Hawkins looks like he's missing an end plate, possibly. No, Hawkins' car looks fine. And so does Casper's. But it's going to be Ule and McKeever battling out. And Ule seems to have had a... Ule and McKeever have had a moment now. And it's going to be Casper's into the pit. And now Britton and Peters are going to come into turn one side by side. Britton on the inside, Peters on the outside. I'm out of breath. Woo! Woo! I don't understand what chaos is going on. Piper's P1. Chapper's P2. Anthony P3. Housley P4. P5 now for Byland. P6 for Woodenberg. Peters P7. Britton P8. Is Chappers going to have a spin? That is the question. As we have a yellow flag and it's Hawkins. Hawkins has had another moment. I wonder if Hawkins has damage from that spin. But Piper is leading us out. 4.5 seconds now on Chappers. Anthony in P3 is baying. He's got Housley behind him, but Byland is keeping up solidly with Housley. .4G became 3G and lost connection. Oh my days. Absolute chaos. Oh. Absolute chaos is going on. But here we have Piper is nowhere near. Ule picks up a 3-second penalty. Hawkins on 10 lap old mediums here, hanging on to the back of Ule. But it's got the one to watch right now is going to be Chappers, because Chappers has dropped a place to Anthony. And now Chappers has got to defend Housley. The podium, the final step on the podium for Chappers is in sight, but he's got to deal 4 laps to Housley still. Will he be able to do it? Piper though is now running away with this race in Spa. Anthony in P2 has a bit of a train forming. Chappers is still within DRS, but he is losing time. Oh, yeah, Chappers has a 3-second. You are right. I stand corrected. But don't write Byland off here. Byland is keeping up solidly with Housley. They dropped Woodenberg off the back. Casper's setting the fastest lap. Fuck. Byland also has a pen. But we know Byland's known for incidents. Is he going to spin Housley? If anyone's going to spin Housley, it's Byland. Byland's got it in his back pocket. So it's going to be Piper with 5 seconds to Anthony. Chappers in P3. But with a penalty, it's going to be Housley as Woodenberg picks up a 3-second penalty. Then Soft's probably fading now. Peter behind. We're looking to make a recovery drive. And McKeever picks up a 3 seconds on the softs now, looking to maybe steal the fastest lap point away from anyone inside of the points. Hawkins on the back of Ule though. It's still doable for points for Hawkins. Can he do it? Chappers, will Housley want to make the move on the track? Is the question. Chappers currently P3, having an absolute stellar drive. Yes, but Hawkins' tyres may fade. Housley having once again a clean drive, keeping it out of trouble when the front three had a moment. Hey, this is Hawkins. Monk, this is Hawkins you're talking about. 4G currently our final points paying position. Known for his spinalas. Can he hold on to that 15-second gap to Caspers in P11? And Chappers, can he hold off Housley to at least get P3 on the track? I wasn't even on my phone when I missed the overtake. I was too busy thinking about, do I need to pee again? But here the boys go round through the final few corners into the long flat out section. Piper now, with 2 laps to go, leading this race comfortably. We're not really watching him as Peters and Woodenberg are getting into it through the bus stop. Peters has made the move. Why? And meanwhile, the Aston Martins are squabbling with Hawkins still. There's still points to play for, or an incident to happen. Boylan has dropped off the back of Housley now. So Housley's safe from a rear ending unless Boylan decides to just, you know, forget that he's got a brake pedal and drive into Housley's rear. Housley might want to get Chappers so he can make a move on Anthony on the next lap. But he's not close enough. yeah. Let's forget about the Baku tickets. Let's go back to Hawkins though, because Hawkins is side by side with Ule. This is for the final few points. Hawkins sticking his nose up places. He's on much older mediums, but he's still got the pace. I'm really starting to lose my voice here, boys. As it's going to be Piper having a nice quiet one. He's having a Sunday lunch. Anthony with cars behind him, really having to still think about defending. Chappers in P3, Housley P4. They've dropped Byland off the back. It does sound like Luke needs a... Oh, you mother. Oh, why? Housley is inching up closer to Chappers. Thank you, boys. That's 2 bottles of water done. You wouldn't refund them. You wouldn't dare. Piper has started his final lap here. Chappers with Housley behind him, but that 3-second penalty... It's time to drink some more water for you, boys. Chappers in P3 currently. But we're going to switch to Hawkins because Hawkins is actually dropping on the back of the Aston Martin. The Aston Martins are squabbling. Ule, reserving for Aston Martin, makes a move on Britton. He gives Britton the bird. But Britton's not having none of that. He's coming back at him and Ule gets a moment. And Britton gets past. Back pass on Hawkins now around the outside. They make contact. Why? No. Stop doing hydrates. And Hawkins up the inside of Ule. Ule lacking some pace here. I've still got 2 more hydrates. Smart. It's gonna be though. Piper has piped the competition, has lived up to his name, avoided the incident on the safety car restart, and takes home the checkered flag. His first race win in Amethyst. P2 for Anthony. P3 on the track for Chappers. Well, that 3-second is P3 for Housley. P4 for Chappers. P5 for Byland. Peters comes home P6 after being caught up in that. P7 for Woodenberg. P8 for Britton. P9 for Ule. Ule's done, got past Hawkins. But Hawkins gets him on penalties. Caspers, our race pole sitter and race leader for a good amount of time, P11. And McKeever, the final finishing car in P12. Woo! What a race around Spa. And we've got to do it 2 more times still, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. Oh. Woo. But here we have Lewis Piper using a female with a really strong line No, we've been we've been hit with the griddy. Takes home his first race win. Is he Danish? It is exclamation mark. Vote 1. It's not working for some reason. Well, it's not decided to work. As we get another hydrate redeemed. Williams getting another P1. Woo! Let's get the screenshots quickly for the ladies and gentlemen here. Oh, get to the bottom. There we go. It's on stream. Oh, I didn't get the screenshot, but I got it on stream. Suey. It's time for the interviews. Will Piper join us for an interview this time? Is the question. Hopefully, it would be nice. Oh, we're going to wait for a few more boys, but they're going to join us. Let's go. Sheesh. Alright, let's bring up the Williams boys. Hello. P1 and P4 on the track. Lewis Piper, you win your first race in Amethyst Racing. How does it feel?
Good. Yeah, good.
A man of few words. Talk us through that race. You avoided the incident on the safety car restart like Neo in the Matrix.
Yeah, I mean, it was just luck, really. Just once we got past those, it was pretty easy sailing from there.
Yeah, he's not saying this, by the way, but he didn't practice at all. He pulled up with no practice.
He's pulled it out of the bag then.
Can you
Yeah, boy!
There he is. I was about to say, yeah, Alex wanted to get rang up.
And Chappers, you finished the tier 1 race.
Yeah, solid.
Double points for Williams. Ballard's missing out today, but you boys still brought it home. You must be really happy with this.
Yeah, it was nuts, really. I didn't really feel I had too much race pace, so towards the end, that's why I just let the AlphaTauri through to just drag me along as I got a radio message from our TP saying, and I quote, "Hold up, Max Housley." So I just stuck in the DRS and just, made sure we couldn't get P2. I don't want to sacrifice the potential of P4 because of my penalty, but
Again, though, boys, a big drive from you all.
yeah, it was something, man.
And Piper, you've been missing for a few races, but must be good to be back.
Yes, it's all right. It's when it goes well, it's good. But
Well, it went well, and you put it right where it needs to be on that top step today.
I think we've nearly won Constructors.
What?
I think you're very
Nearly.
close. You're very
Nearly.
close.
Nice.
I mean, you've definitely got the constructors.
I can say I've done something this season.
One moment. The stream has been showing the game. It's heard you, but it hasn't seen you.
That's nice.
And they're making more hydrates come through. Anyway, back to the questions at hand. Kota next. And it's a sprint weekend again. Piper, you looking to perform again?
I'm looking
Yes,
for other
he is.
people to crush. That would be ideal for me.
You see what Housley does on a week in, week out.
But again, the first part of winning the race is actually finishing.
Yeah. Sadly, that's the life. Well, that's the story of my tier 2 season.
Mine.
And
I'm kind of worried now because people all week have been saying, "Oh, you should be tier 1," and now I just got P4. I have a feeling they're gonna force me tier 1.
you proved that you had the pace today, there, chappers.
Did
What,
I?
after your
Did
tier
I?
2 performance? Are you having a laugh, aren't you?
Exactly, man. Keep me. I'm slow. Look, I'm inconsistent. Keep me tier 2.
Well, boys, once again, an absolute lovely race. Stellar performance from you both. You must both be really happy with that. We look forward to seeing you. Well, Piper, we hopefully will see you next week.
Yeah. Hopefully.
And hopefully, I have my fingers crossed. It'll be good to see you out there again. You put an absolute brilliant performance out there, and you really showed that you did have the pace and the consistency.
Yeah, you flew off. Absolutely flew after the
Only
crash.
because Thingy was holding them up though.
Was I? I'm just slow, mate. I was going full pace. No, I was just trying not to crash. I didn't want to spin.
You know
That
what?
was the last thing I wanted.
I asked in chat who was going to spin first, you or Hawkins, and luckily it was Hawkins.
But oh god, I'm just happy this time when Hawkins spun it didn't take me out with him.
Hey.
Anyway, well done, boys.
Anything else you guys would like to add before we go to P2 and P3 aren't here, so I guess we're going to go to the audience. After.
To any tier 1 driver that finished below me, you're all a bunch of noobs.
Oh no. Anything from the
Oh, dear.
the TP?
Nah, I'm
World
out after
champion-
that. I'm out with
World
that. You can
champion
take that.
who?
Oh, yeah,
Wait, what actually happened to Alex, by the way?
yeah, I don't know actually.
I don't know.
Did he just die?
He died.
Oh. Alex, you know I love you really. Don't, go into my DMs saying I should do naughty things again, please. I don't need it. Last time it was painful. Yeah, it was a decent race. I'm looking forward to USA because I'm not racing Sunday. Yeah.
Well, big.
Oh, apparently Alex AFJ is quitting racing in F1 according to a message in public at 8:30.
Yeah, he'll be here next week.
I mean, no. To be fair to him, he's got more things to focus on. He's doing well in WRC, so fair play to the guy. He's got his championship.
Imagine
So
picking rally. Robert
I mean,
Kubica would never pick rally over F1.
Does he have racing line on there too?
I mean, who knows? You know what it is? It's because you got rid of, that beautiful tier 1 driver that clearly won him the championship last season. That's the big issue.
Yeah, Merck's been in the mud since you got rid of Dirt.
Alright, see ya. USA, I'm very quick at tier 2. I'm winning. Bye bye. Unless I spin. Well, yeah, bye. I am going to spin. Yeah.
Bye. Max, because I don't think Anthony's here. Let me have a double check. I don't see Anthony anywhere. Max P3 keeps your title dreams alive.
Yeah, but I should have done better. I wish I practiced. I always do this after the race when I don't do it, but next time, USA, weird track. The wings are weird on it, but yeah. That was a pretty fun race. Watching all the people faster than me just crash was the best part.
Well, not all the people faster than you crash, because 3 people on track finished ahead of you.
Yeah, I know, but the faster ones, like, who was it? 4G?
4G had an incident with Caspers and Peter.
Oh, yeah, that's good for me then.
There wasn't too many incidents, though, in the race, so you definitely kept up with them.
Yeah.
He was in DRS. Other than Hawkins making a hero send on you up the inside and absolutely, showing you what was what. Yeah. He got you on the exit of El Rouge. He just had the pace on you, sadly.
Wait, no, he overtook me on the straight. What are you on about?
So you went through El Rouge and he got a monster drive. He got you on the DRS exit. And start DRS.
My setup was pretty bollocks. I was on high wings. So that might be the reason.
That possibly is the reason. That is...
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask what wings you was on, but...
7 to 5. Don't use it.
Mm,
It's high. It's
that
a lot
is
higher than
that is very
what?
high. That is very
Yeah.
high.
I mean, I didn't really practice. I didn't know what to do. So, I mean, I have no one to tell me what to do. I have no guidance on these races. So I just have to do what my own thing is, and I'm pretty clueless when it comes to setup. So
I
just
mean,
take what time trial and race.
you picked the qualifying setup. Understandable.
Oh yeah, I was quite surprised. Oh my God, Britain 10-7. What is he on? What is he doing? I
Being
don't think he's
safe.
alright.
Being safe. Being safe.
10-7 though.
I mean,
I mean,
he's gonna get big drives out of bus stop.
yeah, I didn't really understand the bus stop. One corner I just didn't understand. The only tire I practiced with was hards, and then I thought I was gonna do hards to softs because I heard you can go long, so I didn't care about mediums. But yeah,
The safety car decided to choose otherwise and be like, no,
yeah,
you're going on the mediums, Max, and you're gonna learn to drive on me.
yeah. It's a pretty awkward race, really. I mean, I didn't know what to do when the first safety car came out, so I just stayed out and just thought I'd follow everyone else and pit the lap after. But yeah, mad.
Whew. Anyway, you're still in the hunt for the the
I am.
drivers.
Yeah.
You're still in the
Just,
hunt for the drivers. Kota next
just,
weekend. How do
just
you
hoping
feel
he doesn't
about?
turn up.
Oh, how do you
Just
feel
hoping.
about Kota?
Well, I've raced in it multiple times, so it's not like I'm going in there new like Belgium. But yeah, I feel all right for USA. I've already practiced for multiple leagues with it, so yeah, think I'll do all right.
I'm still currently trying to get through the hydrates that came through. Your boy finished P3. Your reserve didn't turn up. The guy you hired for a race didn't turn up.
I didn't hire him. Connor did. I mean, I didn't
Yeah,
really know
yeah.
until an hour.
I'm talking to Connor in chat. I'm letting him know the bad news that he's an El Bozo.
Yeah,
No, it's
P2
not.
merchant. Even became P3.
P3. Oh, you're no longer a P2 merchant.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not practicing for this NPC of a TP anyway. I'm racing for myself
I
until the
mean, man doesn't have a work. Man doesn't have a working will. He can only play F1 manager.
yeah.
Elmans.
For
Elmans.
12 hours. For 12
For
hours,
12
half
hours a
the day.
day.
I have a
He's
screenshot of that. So
Elmans.
yeah, sad life he has.
He wants to let you know you're doing great. And
Yeah,
you're
cheers,
still
mate.
within the drivers. You're still in the drivers' championship hunt.
Yeah, it's like 13 points. It's probably going to turn up to it's last year how AFJ and Peel close on pace. It's going to be a title battle where it's like half a second quicker than me, which is going to be pretty boring. But
No.
I'll
You're
just
still
practice a bit
there.
extra. Yeah, I
The
know.
thing that matters is you're still there, lad. And with Kota on the
Yeah.
cards, and you've been driving a lot more around there, surely we can expect to see a bit more race pace from yourself. You made a brilliant
Oh
charge.
yeah, well,
You made a big charge after pitting on the first safety car. Well, you pitted right at the end of it and you charged back up the field. Avoid the incident between Nick Mangano, Rasmussen, and Byland.
yeah. I mean, my second, I don't. Well, I chose the harder tire allocation since I didn't for Zandvoort. I regretted it, and yeah, my second mediums felt different. It probably wasn't, but I probably just got worse. It's just how it goes. But yeah, mega race. Hopefully I get a teammate. I think I've how many races have I had without a teammate? Three? One, two,
You had one with
wait,
Zandvoort. You had a teammate in Zandvoort.
one, two, one. Wait, yeah.
And you
One,
had someone in Monza.
two, three. Three races without a teammate.
Wow. It can only be
Pro-
doing damages to McLaren's while the TP is here.
Yeah.
The McLaren's constructors' chances.
Oh no. No. We're still second by a bit of a margin.
There you go. You need a second
I
driver
know.
if you're going to beat Williams, because Williams are
Yeah.
stealing it.
They're miles ahead anyway. It's Aston Martin and Mercedes. Well, yeah, Aston Martin washed and Mercedes crash.
Wow. Before I send you back down to the depths below, is there anything else that you would like to say?
No. Stop crashing.
Wow.
That's it.
Well raced today, and congratulations on P3.
Yay.
Next person, I'm going to do 2 more interviews. So the next person to come up is Woodenberg.
Hello, hello.
Woodenberg P7.
D7.
Solid
I just want
performance.
to. I just want to say I had 1410 on wings.
What are you doing, guys? What wing? What? Ah! What wings are you guys using?
Uh, Big ones. It felt like I had accidentally used my Monaco setup when we came to Campbell Strait.
14.7. That's
1410.
14.10. What? Mm, mm, mm,
Mm,
mm,
mm,
mm.
mm, mm.
I don't really know what to say to that. You
But
boys.
despite that, and being crashed out after the safety car, I still got P7.
You got points, and you went on to softs like an absolute crackhead.
Yes, I made a mistake not choosing the harder tire compound. Because the mediums were 100% better.
Ah. And did you only have one set of mediums then?
Yeah, and I had two sets of medium, and I switched. I started with one, and then I switched to one when I got like crashed out.
Why didn't you go
So,
on to the second? Oh. You... Mm.
mm, mm, mm.
Hello, Ducker. You must be happy with Woodenberg's performance. No Molo today. One driver on the track. You sent your reserve to another team.
I'm kind of pissed at Molo. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, I'm very happy about Luke because, well, he he he's very fast in the race and often goes from quite far
P
down in qualif to quite high up in the race.
P13 to P7, I think.
Yeah.
The
Luke,
22 laps seemed to go by in an instant. I didn't realise we'd done 22 laps until Piper had crossed the line.
Mm.
Luke, I'm being told to remind you, you have 9 hydrates.
I've been doing them, I just haven't been announcing them, okay?
I thought you were talking to me.
Oh.
I've got
I mean, you
two
can
more to
hydrate
go.
as well.
I've got 2 more hydrates to go.
I also want to get Yule up here because he has... Yeah, he can tell you himself.
Well, hi.
Hello, Ule. P9?
I've got
P10?
I've got some things to put out first, which the first one is I'm after very harsh flu. Yesterday I had high fever and I really wasn't sure if I'm gonna drive at all this week, and today we made a call with Dakar. Okay, let's go for it. Then yeah, I was pretty as much surprised about the absence of Molo, and some things I would like to put first was the incident with Luke, which we already talked about. I took the braking lane off the outside, which couldn't work on the inside, and then I tried to make up for him by giving him position at the restart, because I know after long talk we probably would think that it would make no sense to report each other. So that's how I wanted to make it up for him. Another thing was with Harris, because after overtaking my teammate today, who was not Byland, Britain. Yeah, it was Britain. I thought I was rear-ended, which could have been actually losing the rear end first time ever in this corner, which really surprised me. I was going sideways on that straight. And then Harris came, and I still hadn't grip to that next corner, which was turn 10. And I locked my wheels, and I pushed him outside. I just gave him back, which I don't have much to say, but I was sorry for that. That's why I gave you the place. But you actually spun on the bus stop, which didn't make any difference because I had penalties anyways. And one more thing, I watched the replay actually, and I thought about lap 16 incident, because I had pretty much good go after Luke. And the problem is, I thought our side by side with McKeever became 3 wide or 4 wide, and that wasn't the case actually. I watched the replay, and he turned into me 6 freaking times. I was side by side the whole corner, and he kept turning into me. Why, man? Why? That's all I want to ask. Probably I won't get my answers. I will only see the judges' verdict. But why? Come on.
That's going to be a question for the DMs, I'm afraid. That's not something that I can sort out here.
I'm not the type of guy to attack other people personally, especially during the interviews. But I think that's the question we will probably never get the answer for. But still, great effort for Luke when I saw him on the softs on the lap 16 actually, because he beat it twice for them. First time I thought he wouldn't make it to the end. Second time I thought, okay, mate, you have a chance, you have a shot on it. Go, just go. And then I will try to give to my teammate a little bit of toes. So the first incident killed it. Then I got to him again, but then I had 6 seconds. So I was thinking how to make it in order to keep Hawkins behind. So we can actually keep that. Was it 8-10 or 9-10, something like that? So yeah, that's not the drive worthy of a tier 2 pretender to the championship. But speaking of tier 2s, I heard other people saying that they have an eye of driving here, and what I can really say is that I think the best way to get into tier 1 to achieve it is to actually show results, and that's all I want to say.
I feel like that could have been shade at Skowski.
Not really, but
Powerful narrative of
actually,
war.
Actually, no. He had amazing last season, but he opted to stay in tier 2 by himself. And he actually prepared something, but I'm not gonna spoil it because that's the kind of surprise he will like to reveal himself. Maybe after Shui, after Brazil, wink wink. Maybe earlier, I don't know.
Are you, since you have had a bit of practice now for Spa, are you looking forward to tier 2? Nice one, Luke.
Wait, what?
Sorry. No, nothing.
Yeah, give Luke tier 2 reserve driver contract for sure.
Sorry.
And speaking of me, I'm just gonna have to make a slight adjustments, but because I don't know if it was feverish me or the car which I drove 2 or 3 times already here was just undrivable today. I expected first stint to be bad and second to be amazing, but it wasn't that good as I remembered. So yeah, I have some work to do before Sunday. So that's all from Aston/Alpha.
Yes, I'm gonna go next to. I've got time for one more.
You dare move me down.
Who do I want to go to next?
Hawkins, who binned it from the win.
It's either Hawkins or Biden. Yeah, let's go to Spin Man. Solid
Bend.
Island. Hawkins, P1 on the safety car restart, and you Spinala in true Ferrari fashion.
Rude.
It happens in real life all the time.
Actually, I think that was mainly Casper's fault.
Oh boy, here we
no.
go.
No. So he's getting reported for 2 things, by the way. But on the restart, he went down the inside and fucking put me off, so I had to stay on the outside of the track. And he went for like a move down the inside, and I had to go wide, and I lost traction and spun. So he shouldn't have been there. Poopy soupy. I don't know if you'll get a penalty or anything, but it's going to be reported either way. But that was his fault. He overtook on the safety car, so it's definitely a penalty.
Right, if it's an overtake over the safety car, it's a disqualification.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. Because he did go past me on the safety car, so have fun with that. Karma, I guess. He also was weaving down the straight. I think it was like lap 1 or 2 to avoid me overtaking. No, it was after the first safety car. When he was on hards, I was on mediums, and he was weaving.
That'll be lap.
I can't remember what lap it was.
Number, yes, lap number.
I think it was lap 9 or 10.
Yep.
He's gonna get a penalty for that for sure, because one of the Ferrari drivers did a little wiggle in Zandvoort and got a penalty, so he's definitely getting a penalty because it completely stopped me from overtaking him.
Well,
which is
the,
obviously what was
the
intended.
Ferrari driver made 2 moves and then moved while after moving, which confirmed.
Wesley made 3 and then came back over onto the racing line at the end.
Which
in
is
the braking
also going to
zone.
be.
That's not.
Which is also
Oh,
penalised
he's
for.
definitely getting a penalty for
Oh,
sure.
I'm not.
Let's just
I'm not.
take it. Let's take it in
Mr.
the ticket, Martin.
Martin.
I'm,
no, it will be a ticket.
I'm
Martin.
agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. I was explaining what the Ferrari driver did.
I have a couple of reports to make, but
I have a couple of beers inside me.
lol.
I think we should just end it here.
Yeah, but you're an alcoholic, so.
Anyway, carry on. Before your race, you had the pace, and then after the spin, you was in the bin.
No, I was still quite fast actually.
You may have been fast.
So, the P1 situation, obviously I made 2 really good overtakes. The spin didn't change too much about my pace. I was still in the back. I think I was the Aston Martin.
Aston Martin's.
Yeah, so after my first spin, I didn't cool down the tires properly, so I spun again, whatever. But after that, I was chasing them down. And I couldn't get past them because they were too busy fighting each other. They made a mistake, whatever, and he gave me the position back. It's not, well, it could be reported worthy, but he completely rammed me off the corner. I think it was like
I can explain what
turn
happened.
4 or 5.
No, so
No,
turn
1,
1,
2,
El Rouge is
3,
2,
4,
3,
5,
and
6,
4,
7?
5, 6.
7, I
wait,
think.
wait,
7
let
or
me.
8.
So 1,
Hawkins.
2,
Mhm.
3, 4.
I believe he locked
five,
up and, well, yeah.
7, 8.
Yeah,
10,
but
8.
that's still penalty worthy.
Yeah,
10,
yeah,
8,
yeah.
10, 8,
And I've
10,
just
8.
explained to you.
The thing is that is penalty worthy, and I would have got his teammate if that hadn't happened. So I lost 2 positions because of that incident.
Well,
I'm not going to report it because he gave the position back. In all fairness, I fucked up later on anyway, so I don't think it's going to change anything. So I'm not going to report that. It's not worth it.
You still scored points. 2 points
Well,
today.
I may be taking a break for the final races because I'm kind of done with spinning. It's pissing me off.
Is this going to be Hawkins practicing race fuel racing?
Yes, I don't practice in TT. I don't know why people have this assumption that I practice
You've got
TT. And that's it.
you have the assumption of TT merchant.
Yeah, but why? Why is
because
that an assumption?
you always do well in qualifying and, no offense, but shit in the race.
Yeah, because
I
I
do
do
shit
a
in
lot of
both.
quality practice. I do quite a bit of quality practice. I don't do TT practice. I practice natural qualifying format.
Piper with the follow. Let's go. Duck, can you do the last of this interview? I need to go to the bathroom.
Also,
Yeah.
Piper, that guy needs to calm down on his brakes. That man, like, he late braked himself so many times and almost took out Max Housley 4 times. Just because he's out braking himself every single fucking corner he could. Honestly trying to stop me from out braking him, but whatever. It's dangerous, man.
I
Dangerous.
was probably making mac and cheese while that was happening, so I don't know.
Mac
to be
and
honest.
cheese.
Yeah, mac and cheese is delicious. Come on.
It is, but do you like put bits of ham in it and stuff?
You think? Wait, do I even have ham?
Yeah, you could put like chicken and ham and stuff in it. It's fucking beautiful.
That just sounds like a lot of work, and I.
Well, no,
can't
because you
bear
get like the sliced chicken from the shop, you know, put it on.
Mate, no.
What do you mean, no?
Well, you could get like, but you still have to like cook it and all that shit. I can't be arsed doing that.
What have I come back to?
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Anyway, back to the racing. Cota's next week, and it's a sprint race, Hawkins. Can we expect to see you near the front of the grid?
It is.
Are you taking a break?
It's my 3rd best track, and if I do decide to do it, I'll probably end up doing quite well. I know a lot of people hate USA for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's a great circuit, but I'm really fast around there. I think last time I did a TT, it was 15th in the world.
There is
Oh,
no
God.
way. There is no way you can say, why does everyone think I'm a TT merchant? And then say, last time I did it, I was 15th in Team 3.
Yeah, but there's a difference between being a TT merchant and just doing a couple laps. Like, everyone does a couple laps every now and again. That's just my pace. I don't sit there for hours and hours and hours doing TT. And that's just fucking ridiculous.
Fair enough.
I say to everybody, TT is not a fucking way to practice. If you do, then you're an idiot.
That's how I practice for Sanford.
Yeah, look how that turned out. Anyway.
He won.
He won.
Yeah,
I won.
yeah, but to be fair, it's tier 3.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, sorry. But yeah, I'll be discussing break I'm not sure if I'm going to or not, but it's most likely. Because this
Well,
is garbage.
it's sad about the end result of today. You really did have to pace, but hopefully we do see you next week.
I don't know, but I want to see those 2 overtakes. They were very juicy.
Juicy pussy.
And they're both in the same place, I think, or some of the places. They're quite good.
They were. I think we caught them both on stream. Actually, you did Piper on the inside of turn 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I had the stream on. I heard you guys
5?
yelling about it.
And then you did
1,
what-
2,
you did-
3, 4. Yeah, 4 and 5 is where I made the overtakes.
No, because El Rouge is 2, 3, and 4.
Is
That's
it
5 and
4 there?
6.
So it's
You got him.
well,
on
no,
the
because I did it
entrance
on
of
the
5.
end. So yeah, it's 4 and 5.
You got him on the entrance of 5. You can't say 4 and 5. There's a big gap between 4
1,
and 5.
2, 3, 4. Oh, it is 5. Well, 5 and 6 then.
I know my
So-
track talkings. I know my track talkings.
Let's just.
Well, no, because a ruse. You don't think of a ruse as being like 3 or 4 corners, do you? Let's
It's
be
3
honest.
corners. El Rouge is technically 3 corners. Just flat out if you're not.
But then it
listening.
is 4.
Okay.
It's 4 and 5.
No,
because
because you got
the
the sharp
first
right
day-
hander. The sharp right hander's turn 1. Then El Rouge is 2, 3, and 4.
Is it time?
I don't fucking know anyway. Don't care.
Yeah, Hawkins. I've blown Hawkins' mind here. The Tier 1 driver's mind has been officially been blown. But I think on that note, I'm going to be ending it here tonight. It's been me, Martin, commentating today. 2 days' time on Sunday. It is Spa Tier 2 with Ule leading the standings with Vlad behind. With
Yes, sir.
And then it's Potts just behind him. It's been me, Martin. And can you smell what the rock is cooking? Good night.
And he's going to be absolutely drunk by.
I am almost finished my 4th beer and I'll start a new medication too. Let's fucking go. Huh? No, it's time to play the new Need for Speed game. I haven't been able to play it all day. Fucking give me that shit. No! No! Yeah. I've invited them. I need to end the stream so I can listen to the dirty drop. No, I mute it and I play a song as exit music. Duck. But the song has a dirty. I've muted everything. Oh no, I haven't muted myself.